ever worked on a collage based solely on the materials you had at hand? Of course you have, because that's what we do as collagists. I have this wonderful Betty Crocker vintage cookbook that not only has beautiful photographs of food, but these really amazing illustrations. I wanted to create a collage based on this book, but I like using more than one source. I also have my Egyptian book, and you guys know how I am about poor King Tut. I love King Tut. I love the way he looks, but what happens is I start to use him, and then there's too many focal points. It's usually been the scenario, and I end up not using King Tut. But I do have this book of Egyptian iconography, and I think I know the direction I'd like to go in with that. So I cut out these eyes, and I have a model ready. I'm just trying to straighten up this circle. So here is my focal point. She comes from a W magazine. I think she's a celebrity of some sort. I apologize, I'm not sure who they might be. But I thought these eyes would look really good on her, like this. That's what I was thinking about. And I love the hair. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So yeah, it makes things look a little creepy, a little weird. But we'll just play with that and see where it goes. I have other imagery from the Egyptian book, and I believe I know where I want to go with it. Not sure if I'm going to use the cookbook. And I have the background sort of ready to go. Not sure. I should just use a nice straight edge, not just cut willy-nilly like I just did there. I think the background, this wonderful background, would be great for her. And the dress is great, but I want to give her a new dress. And I think I was going to give her a dress made out of the Egyptian hieroglyphics. And got their cookbook ready. You know, I was looking through it, and I don't even eat meat, but some of those recipes look really yummy, and now I'm hungry and I shouldn't be. So I'm not going to make any of those recipes. Some of them are kind of bizarre, but I was getting hungry anyway reading them. There was one in here. Oh yeah, this one, the party sandwich loaf. So it was like a loaf of bread with these different layers inside the bread, and then it's covered with a cream cheese frosting, and it's green, like a mint green, because they add food coloring to it. But there's a shrimp salad filling, a cheese pecan filling, and a chicken bacon filling. It was just weird. So it's so much fun when you get these old books and magazines, and sometimes I'll read the articles. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so wild. Anyway, back to collage. Let's go ahead and give her a new look. A little bit of fussy cutting going on there. So obviously we removed a black dress, and I was playing with this background that I chose, which is really fun. And I thought, oh, maybe that would be a good dress for her. Yeah, and it does look cool, but I feel like I'm being lazy because her original dress was black. So why replace it with something that is nearly the same thing? I almost feel like, well, that's no fun. I like to mix it up as much as I can. Gosh, that's the whole point about collage, right? Doesn't mean this isn't cool, but I got to think about what she's going to wear. I saw the top area maybe using something like these hieroglyphics because they're smaller and it might add a contrast, so I was playing with that too. I kind of liked the way that looked, and I came in with this underneath. This is why I love this technique, because you can just play with all sorts of stuff. And this does look kind of cool. We have that middle band that is a delineation between the waist and the top part. I really like this. Oh my gosh, that kind of looks cool on its own. And then I feel like we're nearly done. But I also liked this. And this is just like it would be something of a base. I really liked the way this looks because it was complete. It was just the whole thing. So I'm kind of wondering which one I should go with. If I go with this, I feel like I need to add something more. Whereas if I go with the smaller section, goes over here, doing the smaller section, and then, because the thing is, we've talked about this before, in terms of contrast, size is very important. Size can be a form of contrast. So having this top with this is the bottom, just going to look at it one more time. That looks really fun. That to me is very interesting. I'm not deviating too much in terms of ephemera. I didn't do anything to her. I thought about actually using the hieroglyphics, the cuneiform hieroglyphics as her skin, but I wanted to leave it alone, I guess. And then with seeing the strawberry, I thought that was fun. I thought about that's where the food came in. That's where I grabbed the Betty Crocker cookbook. So I don't know. I don't know. This looks really good, and I feel like that nearly calls it done. So, well, there's no harm in that, right? Let's. I want to proceed and see what happens. I can just make life easier on myself right now and scan this in Photoshop, which I've been doing a lot of lately, and remove this background and give her a whole new background. So then this really becomes something of a hybrid. I did some taping, nothing too crazy in case I want to use this Egyptian background again, which I might. I feel like I want to straighten out the dress a little bit. And also, because the original model looked like she was sitting down. And here, she looks like she's standing up. Again, didn't do anything with the hair. I really loved the way the hair was. And I don't know, it's like, do I want to put something else back there? Do I want to do a background? I don't know. I can play with backgrounds in Photoshop if I want to. I mean, there are more possibilities with that. So, I don't know. I'm going to think about it for a minute and get back to you.